That is fair enough. That's fair enough. Well, I gotta get my headphones on. That's. I have not slept through my alarm in a long time. It's not a thing I do. This morning, my body decided that 4 hours of sleep isn't enough. Ay, ay, ay. But how are you doing? I'm probably not gonna stream for extremely long. I have to move my setup from this house to another house, and then we're gonna be cleaning here. But I did not want to miss the stream. Let's see. I had a few thoughts about what I'm gonna do for today. One thought was working on the stair stepping video that I planned at one point and then just didn't make. Another thing is just the command stuff, the auto completion and whatever. Oh yeah. There's some stuff. I was thinking, like, if I have different lengths, how would I say? So let's say I have a music playlist and the tracks I have are of different lengths, then technically the shorter tracks have a lower chance of being played than the longer tracks. Because it's very easy to think about this if you have one song that's like a year in length, or you just pick that song and then you will not pick anything else, right? And then everything else is like a normal length. What that would mean is that every time you listen to music, you have an equal chance to pick any song if you're, playing on shuffle. You have an equal chance to pick anything. But if you pick the longest fucking track in existence, then you will not pick anything else after that for that session. Right? So that track would have a slightly higher chance of being picked because everything else is a lower chance. Right? So I simulated this and you can see a trend. Uh, the x-axis is the length of the track, and the y-axis is the play count. These are like the worst ones, I think. Hold on, I can show like a better trend. Does it need to modify this a bit? Immediately sidetracked, but that's what life is about. There's the weightless one. And I have a thing here that I could reject songs that are too long, but right now I don't do that. Like if a song would have its, like, how to say, I have a certain duration that the listener is gonna listen for, and then if the song couldn't finish in that time, then I would reject it. Like that was one way that I was thinking about this. Let's see. This is gonna take too long, so let's push that to 200. Let's. Okay, that's gonna complete in like a minute. Nice. Pro tip, if you make something that takes a while to run, at least do this part, where it shows you, like, the progress. But if you really care, then also make, like, a time estimate thing. And you can see how I did it here. About the parkour game. I just realized I don't want to overwrite this. I'll quickly rename that. With barely 5 seconds remaining. Okay. I think the time estimate is a bit on the higher side. Well, you can see the trend here very, very clearly. Like, the fewer songs I have, and the more iterations I have, the clearer this trend is. Like, I could do this with 20 songs, and then it would be extremely clear. I actually wonder what the data is going to look like. No. Okay, it's just the fucking line. But we have these 3 dots here. Oh yeah, and I was trying to fucking search for a good plotting library in Rust. I couldn't find one that worked well. It is amazing. I just fucking make an image myself. Just plot white pixels on a black rectangle. That's the charting. Let's go. Amazing. And I was thinking that I might expand, like, how would I say? Like, having like a thing where I can put stuff in a chart and then estimating the runtime of something. I might start putting out crates just so I can import them myself and use them, so I don't have to like copy paste shit. And I don't know if I would want like separate crates or then um just have like one single utility crate. Anyways. Okay. Let me open Obsidian, but hide my screen for a moment because my personal notes are there. And I don't want those to flash on the screen. Okay, they would have not done that. But I still like the precaution. There we go. Oh yeah, I gotta also ping the Discord. I just realized. Where is Discord? There we go. Streamer mode. There we go. My server. Copy the link. There we go. Anyway. So got right. What is the latest thing that I ran here? Oh yeah. I've been thinking about the command stuff. There's kind of two things. Oh, this is the wrong terminal. There's two things. One thing that I could work on is the movement, and other is the command stuff. Oh, I'm in the wrong way. Oh yeah, I just made a little visualization for the velocity stuff. But yeah, the current velocity stuff just isn't that good. And the reason is that the way I control this is that the player has two velocity well, two friction modifiers. One of the friction shits applies to the movement that is parallel to where we want to go, and the other is perpendicular to where we want to go. And that's how I achieve like the current movement feel, which is okay. But how I really want to control the movement is I just want to write in the code, like if if I'm going this fast and I'm turning this many degrees from where I want to go, the velocity should turn this many degrees and it should change in length this and this much, right? That's the goal. So I just need to write that. So I guess I'll be writing that. So simple. What branch am I on? Oh yeah, I'm on some fucking fucked up dev branch. I don't really need these changes. I can just go to main. Okay. Alright. Movement time. Alright, first thing that I've been thinking about. Well, there's a few things that I've been thinking about. One is that I really want to split the player into the physics part and then the player exclusive logic part, but that will come later. I also want to change so the player only uses integers for the movement, so I can finally have determinism. Because determinism is kind of a blocker for a few things. Well, it's a blocker for the input replace. I don't want to implement input replace if the shit isn't deterministic. So, yeah. And it's basically just... I mean, okay, this also has a float in it. And these. And then these floats are being used in various of places. Thinking. I guess as soon as I just... I could go the cheap route. Just make a function for turning a float into a fixed point number, and then figure out some kind of function for multiplying fixed point numbers that doesn't suck ass. And then I could probably just convert everything close to like 1-to-1 and have everything work. That is possible. That is very possible. But the thing that I was thinking about is this. So why am I putting velocity into an enum? I'm gonna have two types of velocity. We're gonna have components, and then, well, you know, and then we have this. And for components, we're gonna have. I mean, I could do this as fixed point immediately. Technically, this is also gonna be two numbers. Well, the direction could be a smaller number, I guess. But I'm gonna do these as floats for now. And I will convert later. Damn, that felt bad to convert, but I won't get this done this stream if I try to also make it integers. I feel like I have to do this. Anyway. Okay. Oh yeah, and actually we're gonna have three components. Ooh. Yeah, and this is for the horizontal velocity. Let's just do this. Hello, cleared. Oh, fire jail? I mean, it's a decent system. Not the best though. Yeah, that's fair. That assessment I can agree with. Well, okay, if I'm going to be fixing all these errors, 70 errors. I'm going to be fixing these anyway. Does it make sense to use integers now? No. Oh yeah, actually, I do need to do a thing for the enum. I need to make a function that converts between these two cases. Okay. I was curious about that word and why I've used it. Or does it return a... I think I'll just return a new one. Okay, and now, control and scroll to zoom. Oh, Dolo. Hope you're doing good. Now, where was I? There we go. Okay. How do we do this? Also, these are gonna be in parentheses, not squiggly parentheses. Damn. Unlucky. Ay, ay. I had to carry some stuff outside yesterday, some firewood, and my gloves weren't the best. Well, I got no frostbite. My fingers were just fucking cold as fuck. But yeah, unfortunate. Oof. Yeah. Also, note for future. Uh, you're definitely not encouraged to reveal details that could make people be able to locate you. Even if you're fine with it. I'm not. Well, I'll assume that you don't live there. Anyway, let's see. Yeah. No, what do you see now when someone's doxing you? That's the one place. It's the one place they don't have to look at. You've like narrowed down the search space. No. Anyway, uh, okay, so if we have a magnitude and direction, how do we convert to components? Holy vectors, holy vectors. Well, okay, so I have everything I need. So we have our x-axis, and then we have the whole unit circle. Holy shit, that I just deleted everything out of shame. Okay. That is okay, that's better. I just have to focus. Um let's say the angle is from the x-axis. I'm gonna no fuck it, let's throw the y-axis as well. um okay. So we have it's just fucking sin and cos. What the fuck? I actually just forgot. That's amazing. Uh yeah. Okay, so this is the simplest thing, and then the other side is a cos and asin, like arc sine and arc cos. Okay, fair enough. Let's do this first. I guess this is magnitude and angle, really. Well, this sounds better. Okay, so we have components, and then the first one is going to be cos. This is going to be changed to the fixed cos. When I get to using integers. But for now, we do this. Let's see. Dude, there's an invert case bone? What the hell? I didn't know these existed. I know about this one. Yeah, I don't think it's not listed here, I don't think. Well, let me also see. You can also do control plus and control minus. and Control 0 to reset. Did you know? Let's see. Okay, direction is gonna be the second one. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, actually, we want to use the angle for both, and then we want to multiply by magnitude. Kind of don't like that these fields are not named, but if I wanted these to be named, then I would have to have structs for both. It's like, I'll just do it this way. Yeah, but this is the other way around. It's good. I guess for the second one, I just need the length. So let's first... Oh, I'm gonna need an actual code block here. Damn. This is one reason that I would want to make my own fucking text editor, so everything just works exactly the right way. Well, and one thing is like, if I write something, now if I press enter, the word completion grabs me, right? But if I write something else where there's no word completion, and I press enter, I do a new line. So there's different behavior for the same key presses, just based on what words exist in the document. And that's bullshit. That's not good. And what I've been thinking is when I make the neuropathy text editor, I'm gonna make it so if you press tab at the beginning of the line, you do indentation. And then if you write something and there's auto completion, then tab would just complete that. It actually does it here as well. Tab fucking auto completes. Like, oh my god. Okay, so everything would be better if enter just didn't do that. Make enter not do that. You know? And make up and down arrows not do this. Aye, aye, aye. And length is the first. And then we need the angle. Do I have this? Is this real? I'm gonna have a shit ton of errors. Huh? How do I access these then? Oh, I've forgotten how Rust works. Okay, let's get rid of most of the errors. So I can actually read stuff. There we go. What the hell? Unknown field. Let's make it complain a bit. Oh, he's not complaining? What the hell? Is it the one thing it's not complaining about? Line 2315? 1.6, 1.7. Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. So I'm just constructing the... Yep. But how the fuck do I access these? Huh? I swear I do this somewhere. Let's see. There we go. Oh, it's an enum. Yeah, okay. So I have this here. Is it just a thing that I can match? Oh, maybe. Okay, okay, okay. I got it. I think. I think this is how you do it. Actually, no, not there, but here. Angle, magnitude, angle, magnitude. I like how these line up. Always nice to see. Oh yeah, okay. He wants the full fucking legal first name and last name of the thing. Still? Oh. Fucking dereference everything. That's awesome. Well, when I convert these, I guess this is fine. This is fine. Yeah. We don't have an angle, but we have an angle width. This is gonna be the x-axis. Oh. Oh. Again, here these are not to be dereferenced. What the hell? Oh yeah, I'm stupid. That's fine though. Happens. Okay. Now these work, but I'm gonna change one thing. I'm gonna copy this. I'm just gonna do angle here. Just a bit of a convenience function. And that's forward on the x-axis, and that is what you usually use for the angles. That's all good. And now we go 6, 4, 8. Now we don't complain anymore. I guess I should uh make a commit here. There we go. I still love this print message. It has never fired. I probably never will. Unless someone like explicitly tries to go for it and get it to trigger. Okay. So now, oh yeah, we'll remove velocity. Gone. And now we have the fucking 77 errors. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, console has an error as well. Okay. Okay, so I could do something lazy. And yeah. I think I actually it's not lazy. It's the proper thing to do. What do we return? We return a vector 3. For now, it's F32. It's good. We need a read access to self. Now, I could be calling these X and Z there. Hold on, I'm gonna change that real fast. Yippee! Alright, we have these. I guess I need to dereference these. I'm thinking about this right now. Like I know that I'm getting this, but I need to do another match statement. I guess I could do another thing. Oh, actually, yeah. Yep. This is just code organization stuff. Really? Ooh, technically, I could have just a vector 2 here instead. I don't think there's a need for that though. I can just keep it like this. Oh, okay. Oh. What did you say to me? Oh, I'm missing the match statement. Mm, 233. I think we have errors. Yeah. Hopefully no more errors here. 26. Okay, no more errors here. That's good. Yes. Okay, so now I need... There we go. That should work. I removed the velocity too early. Still. Okay. Okay, that should work. We're just missing velocity as a field, and that's fine. So now what we can do is we can say state.player.velocity parentheses. Well, not like that. State.player.velocity don't get underscore velocity parentheses. Yes. Okay. So, but if I try to assign to it, then I need to do something different. But if I'm just trying to read it, then I can do that. That's that. So here I'm trying to assign. These I wouldn't be able to change. But here I'm trying to access the thing. So just by reading. And actually for this specifically, we can just change this to say vertical velocity. I think I can do that everywhere. Yep. Okay, how many errors do we have? We have 77. And we replace this. Just replace all. Now we have 55 errors. Oh, okay. Bruh. There we go. 54 errors, Libby. Oy, oy. I wonder in how many places I reset the velocity. Okay, we're gonna make this a function. Uh, 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 uh. 55 errors, so that should work. And now we want 4399. That should keep the behavior. Also, I'm gonna have to fix the unit tests as well. God damn. Let's see, if I speedrun this, we might get this shit compiling before I have to leave. We'll see. Mmm. Yummy. So what do we want to do for this? So if I'm just moving the player, so right now what happens, if I move the player into a wall, oh, that's the wrong color. If I'm just moving the player and we go into a wall, then we get rid of the velocity that's going towards the wall, right? And then you kind of just slide on along the wall. And if you go like off the wall, then you'll have to start building velocity in this direction again, right? I don't know how that would work with the new system. I guess I would need to have two cases here. If we have low speed and we're using components, then we can just eat the component, and that's fine. But if we have the angle shed, well, do I want to change this? I guess I could keep this behavior the same. So the bonking walls behaves the exact same always. Hmm. It's really the only thing I want to change is how the behavior, how the velocity behaves in midair. I don't think there's really a problem with how it behaves when we're touching blocks, except that we should have wall friction. That's the only thing that's kind of missing. Like, when people were playing the Voxel dungeon game, and even when I was playing it myself, like, there's some little difficulty when you're trying to climb up a pile of blocks. Because you'll run into a direction and then jump, and then you'll get that jump boost, and then you fucking fly off, basically. That's what it feels like. And you have to aim into, like, an unintuitive direction to climb up. So that's why, you know, that's one of the reasons for this whole velocity rework. And the other is that the gameplay just doesn't feel as good as it could. Anyway. Okay. What do I want to happen? What do I want to happen? Yeah, let's just keep it the same for now. Fuck, I spit my tongue. Unlucky. I'm chewing on some chewing gum. Yeah, no. So, it wasn't that hard. Where do I... put away the chewing gum? I don't feel like continuing the chewing. Anyway. Okay, so if we want this to be the same, then whenever we have this, we want to reset a component of the velocity. I guess this needs to be a function. Yep. Because I don't want to write the whole fucking script everywhere where we convert the velocity and then reset a component and then yada yada yada. I think this is good. Well, I'm gonna have an axis, and we don't allow setting y here, because that's in the other thing. So I'm thinking if this should be this one enum, and it should also house the vertical velocity in itself, and I can have everything in one place, or just make this a struct. Have a velocity struct, and then do that. Me. Don't know. We'll see. Alright, I wish I could make this panic happen on compile time, but this is the next best thing. Oh yeah, and I need the value as well. Oh, and I need to convert self, if that's not already a thing. Okay. Well, I guess I have that, but that's fine. Okay. I guess do this. And then I can make this mutable. Do that, and then we say self equals horizontal velocity components. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, I have the E reference here, that's fine. Damn. Actual question for everyone here who cares to answer. What do you wish to see out of this game? Right? Like I have my own vision, but I'm curious about like what do the people want? You know, because I'm making a like a Minecrafty voxel engine focusing on movement. But we could go another direction as well. I have the fucking speed builders game. Multiplayer is one thing on the table. Online leaderboards is something that I want. Okay, okay. Flying airships. Yeah, I'm gonna have moving things, I think. Um, I just need entities that have collision, or then have like separate block layers that you can move independently. That would actually be fire. Like, yeah, I kinda want to do that. So it'd be like rendering kind of two worlds, and then you can offset the worlds to each other. Uh, Determinism comes first, I think. So true, so true. I don't know, but it is planned, definitely. Also, I have to fucking do browser exports at some point. Maybe. Or then I'll just say fuck it and just do desktop and fuck the browser. Don't know yet. The browser is good for getting people to try your game. This is a lot more wordy. Holy shit. Okay, and then we have the value and then the axis. It's not complaining about it. Yeah, value and then axis, and then the happens. Yeah, and if our velocity is direction and magnitude, then it gets converted here, and that's fine. So the whole reason for this enum is that like the horizontal velocity having two modes is that if the player is just fucking flying around in the space, just jumping around and just turning, right? I will be controlling the velocity in terms of the angle and the magnitude, right? So it makes no sense to constantly convert the velocity to be x and z components, and then angle and magnitude, and then x and z again, and just fucking keep switching between those and accumulating error. And that might be fine with floats, but if I'm going fixed point numbers, I think the error might start to matter a bit more. So I don't want to have to deal with that. And this is technically me fixing a problem that might not be a thing. I'm trying to be smart. In the past, that's always been bad, but I have a good feeling about this, right? I feel like having two distinct kind of modes to represent the velocity is not that bad. I think it's good here. But we'll see. We'll see. The only thing that sucks about this is that I have to write a lot before I can test it. Hmm. Okay. Oh, I need the component and then I need to fucking... Oh my god. This is more complicated. Anyway. That is some of the worst code, but that's fine. And then we need to handle the y-axis. We need to not do that. I think it's gonna be a one-liner thingy thing, I think. Maybe. Oh. That's a bit bad. Well, I'll just handle these separately, I guess. And .jpg. Because if you don't know what I'm referring to, it's this image and .jpg. Yep. So true. Aye, my fucking sense for bad code being written is fucking going off. Bad. This is how we're doing it. Let's see, how can I get back to where I was? Oh, that's how. Nice. Yippee. Okay, 49 more errors. That wasn't a smoker voice? Too bad. I guess, maybe. My bad for the volume jump though. Do I not have a compressor on this? I do not. I might sound different. Oh, okay, that was probably just fucking louder. Anyway. I do have this. I don't know why not using this. Hold on. What? Okay, so if I enable the compressor, then I cannot change the fucking volume on the default slider for some reason. No, the slider just doesn't fucking work at all for some reason. Yep, that's a mystery. I can change the volume of everything else except my microphone. Well, anyway, how is the audio different? Well, I'm curious. Okay, what do we do here though? 3645. Oh, okay. Honestly, I think I'll just get the components before all this fucking shit. This is fine. We handle the slime blocks up here. Okay, no, we need to get the components again because of the velocity is getting modified in a few places. Okay. I really, really want to make the code be unified. Like, oh my god, the fact that I have to do horizontal velocity to get components.x here, and then if I do this for z, it's gonna be horizontal velocity dot get components dot y, and for vertical velocity we're gonna have state dot player dot velocity. No, state dot player dot vertical velocity. This sucks ass. This I need to change. Velocity is going in those terms. Or in the middle of the rewrite, we're rewriting again. This is like rewrite times 2 or refactor times 2. I can already see that the thing I'm doing is dog shit. And we have horizontal velocity. Okay, how are we gonna access this? Well, I'll figure it out. Let's say F32. I'll probably get the like scaffolding for this going, and then I will hop off and start dismantling my entire setup and carrying it across the Windturn landscape to another house. So what do we want? Yes. Okay, so we want this. Okay, I want to do this a slightly different way. Let's handle Y first, because it's the easiest. Then we have this. This one's just doing this. Dun -dun -dun -dun. It's gonna complain that I don't handle the fucking Y case here. But it's impossible to reach that anyway. I wish there was a way to tell Rust. It's like, okay, ensure that we can't reach this. You know, don't compile if we do. And, yada yada yada. Or have like sub branches in the match case where, for this case, I just want to do this. And for the X and Y, I want to have, for the X and Z, I want to have shared code mostly. But slight difference in there. Yes, I do. But it's, maybe someday. I first have to wait for Jai to drop, and then I can try that, and then see if it handles everything in the way that I want to. If yes, then I have no need to make a language. If not, then it's time to make a language. Yeah, Jai, yes. I know I could read about it, but I can't write for myself. Yet. I think that's the whole function. Yeah, doesn't seem like it has any errors. It's good, it's good. It's good, it's good, it's good, it's good, good, good. And now I need get component. And I will do it like this. Then and what do we do here? Alright, let's first match the axis. If only everything was as simple as axis Y. Where we just do this. So simple. And now I guess I could just code it directly here. Yeah, fuck it, I'll just do it. X is cosine. Oh, but we need to know if we're vertical or, I don't know, not vertical or horizontal. We need to know if we're components or if we are, whatchamacallit, angle and magnitude. So I'm actually gonna just do the lazy thing. I need to also pass self in here. So true, that's so accurate. This actually so accurate. But I mean, he's, for the last 10 years, he's been making a game and a language. And since the game is in a new language, it's without a game engine, right? Or there's like an engine that he's making with it. And it's like some insane shit. Like good levels of dedication, right? Yeah. And he's kept Jai in like closed beta. And I think one of the reasons he stated is that is basically if you release software that's gonna waste people's time, that he considers that unethical, right? Because it's like he could just spend more time refining the software and making it better and then releasing it rather than release something that's bad and that will make the world worse by wasting people's time. I think that was the raw line of reasoning. I'm paraphrasing and might misremember, so you might want to look that up yourself. But that's what I remember. I like how the fucking error flashed on my screen before scrolling into oblivion, but I still saw it. And fixed the bug. Let's see. And that's good. And now, when I want to get velocity, I can just say, well, as soon as I put the velocity struct on the player, I can say player dot. Ooh, I could shorten this to just get. Why did I delete everything? uh, get and set. I think it's gonna be clear what they do. I'm gonna save some amount of space because this is gonna be a common operation. Oh, a new spam bot. Don't worry, I'll get your spam message into the auto moderator, so we will never see that in chat again. I'm curious, how often do people use the @ sign in chat? Should I just put the @ sign to the auto moderator? That'd be kind of funny. I guess it's only when people try to mention other people. If I could have a rule, I just wish I could have a rule of yeah, that's when people used. Like if someone's first time chat contains the @ symbol, then I want to filter it out. Right? That's what I would want to do. That would get rid of this format of spam messages. Anyway. Yeah, I would do something like this, and then use the velocity you don't get, and then you, yeah, that is very, very readable. And for this, you would have, yeah, I think that's good. Oh, but that's, I think I'll do this. And I'll have this. And this is for just setting the whole velocity. And not caring about anything that was there before. We have that, and then we have for example this. I think these are like sane functions to have to interface with the velocity. Alright, let's change it so we actually use this. There we go. Have just a ton of errors, but that's fine. Let's cargo formats. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. It's actually funny that it's the same the same interface through this close set component. Now we should have less errors. Yes, okay, we do. That's good. Okay, here we have this. Oh, okay. Okay, I was reading the wrong thing there for a moment. Let's go. Let me... Where do we handle Y plus? Oh, here, okay. Now we have 77 errors. Good. Okay. I think this is about it. Right, there's still a few errors. Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to do that. This is actually going to be interesting because I can definitely make the velocity be multipliable by vector 3. For the magnitude, well, okay, well, for float, I would just multiply the magnitude, like, easy. And for the other, I would have to multiply... hold on. If I have the components, then I just multiply all the components. If I have magnitude and direction, then I just multiply the magnitude. That's easy. Okay, that's gonna be trivial. But for multiplying by a vector, well, the y velocity I can just multiply like this, but then these things are a bit worse. I think I have to turn the velocity into components and then I can multiply like this. So now what I have to hope for is that when I handle the velocity in normal gameplay, we are not going to be converting it between the component and direction magnitude representation all the time for no fucking reason. I really hope that's the case. And, well, okay, so one thing. Even if we access this as components, it's fine because we're not modifying it, right? Like, if we just get the access, when we're not modifying the thing, it's fine. And here, on line 3556, we are just trying to get the velocity. We are not modifying it. Well, we are modifying it here. Ooh, this is actually funny though, because if we... For the launch pad always boosts the player's velocity in the direction they're already going. So if the player's velocity is in the direction and magnitude representation, I can just multiply the magnitude. So we're gonna have to have some special logic here that takes into account which mode the velocity is in. But this actually gets a lot simpler in that case. Now I'm thinking, should I always represent the velocity as angle and magnitude? And then whenever I need it, I just handle it as components? Maybe that's the way. Maybe. Is it rewrite times 3 time? Is the downside of having like a thingy I can convert like this is I might convert it like multiple times a tick without realizing it, which would be bad. But if we're setting the vertical velocity, then we're not touching the horizontal velocity, which is good. So true. But if we modify a component, then we do this shit. Yeah. I'll let this brew in my head. Yeah, that's now I'm really thinking that the key is gonna be having the horizontal velocity be an angle and magnitude all the time. That's what it feels like now. Ay. I don't know if that's true though. Fuck. This is what happens when you put too many unreasonable constraints on yourself, and then you have to actually think about stuff. Well, I guess it's not unreasonable constraints, because this is how I'm gonna make the velocity control easier. And this is like, these problems are very fucking solvable, right? Like, how do I represent the velocity? I can solve that. But trying to make the movement feel just right when the control knobs I have accessible to me are dog shit, that's like an infinite time sink, right? Because if like if the movement feels slightly off, if your control knobs suck, you can't tweak it easily. Like, it's back to the fucking coal mines and try to make it work. That's awful. So this actually, what I'm doing makes full fucking sense. I need good control knobs so I can make the gameplay feel good. I truly believe that. I don't want to tweak with bad control knobs. Anyway. Yeah, so the thing I really care about is the angle and magnitude. I could represent with that all the time, and then just handle it as components if I really need to. Components would be mostly just read-only stuff, but if I really need to write to the components, then that's fine. I guess this approach is fine. It's fine. I've decided it's fine. We'll see what happens. I might go back and fucking undo everything. Whatever. Right? Hold on. I'm gonna check something. God damn. No. I will just hop off. Bang. There are the links. I'm feeling really unsure about this code though. It's like this, or represent as components and just convert, or represent as angle and magnitude and convert constantly, or then do this and do the conversions kind of intentionally, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna write some notes while this fucking end screen is visible. Uh, yeah, this is what I'm thinking. So we have the. I think this is actually the best way, though. I think this is the way. Yeah. I'll. What do you mean tokens? Oh, okay, like colors you can change. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, have a good one. This was kind of a dry stream. Not a lot of gameplay, just code. XD. And at some point, I will make the fucking stair stepping video finally. But yeah, stay around. Bye bye.